Sunday, January 5th, 2025 at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC. We will see, as fans, one of the biggest games played in the 2025 calendar year, and it is my beloved Minnesota Vikings going to Detroit to play the Detroit Lions for a plethora of things here. Let's be honest here. One, the NFC North Championship, you're guaranteed a top 4 seed, but in this case, the winner of this gets the 1 seed. And on top of that, if you win it, you get a first-round bye. And if you lose, you're going to play Atlanta or Tampa Bay, which isn't that bad. I would much rather play, if I lost this game as a Vikings fan, play Atlanta. But it don't look like they're going to make it in because they have to have some help. They have to beat Carolina, which is on fire right now, in my opinion, clicking on offense. And Tampa Bay has to lose to New Orleans, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So let's be real here. Tampa Bay is going to get it. So the loser of this game is going to go to Tampa, which is unfortunate because we're going to see a 14-loss team as a wild card. That's not right. So who is going to win this game? So this past week, we saw Minnesota play Green Bay at home, winning 27-25. And Minnesota jumped up real early. And at one point, it was 27-10. And they had the ball. You know what? If they score here, do they sit starters and start to get them all rest up for next week's big game? But next thing you know, Jordan Love doesn't tap out, and neither does Matt LaFleur and the rest of the Packers staff because they came back. And they lost, though, but it was 27-25, and Minnesota got too complacent with their lead. And that right there is kind of worrying because of the fact where Detroit, they're going to put up some points. You got to match that. And Minnesota didn't. So that's one big red flag I have from that game. But luckily, though, Detroit had a red flag because they let up a lot of points to the San Francisco 49ers, who only put up a few amount of points against the Miami Dolphins out of all teams. Like, come on now. So I believe this game right here is very well matched up. Yes, Detroit is banged up, and so is Minnesota to some extent. I like Minnesota in this matchup here. They're 2.5-point underdogs. So if you're betting on DraftKings or FanDuel or whatever you bet on, smash the Vikings at plus 2.5. They're going to win this game, and they're going to clinch the number 1 seed and get a first-round bye. Mark my words, but what do you think? Comment down below on who's going to win. My final score is 35-31 Minnesota, a high-scoring affair.